today to show you guys how I do my everyday slash glam makeup for if I'm going out or if I'm going to an event, anything like that. This is the makeup that I tend to go to. So we're gonna get into that. I've had a lot of girlies ask me what my makeup routine is and what products I use. So this video is what you guys have been asking for. So I do what the people ask. So let's get into it. I'm gonna take my glasses off. I already moisturized my skin. I moisturize it with the Intensive Care Cocoa Radiant by Vaseline. I love it so much. It moisturizes my skin without leaving like any extra random oils. I'm also going to put a little bit more on again because I put it on, I just got out of the shower. So I like to add like a little bit extra before I start doing my makeup. Before you guys come at me for not putting it on my neck, I already did earlier. So yeah, we're going to start off with foundation. We're going to start off with the Makeup by Mario foundation in the shade 2N. I'm going to take that, I'm going to put it on the palm of my hand because I've learned recently that the palm of your hand doesn't have any pores. So it makes sure that you can pick up all that product. I'm also using this foundation brush. It's kind of like a little mushroom cap. It's by the Sephora brand. I just find that it makes my makeup go on the best. I also spread it down and then apply. So I'm just patting it on the same way that you would use a beauty blender because I don't like makeup to be streaky. I don't like it to be like cakey, and I find that this just really gets it into my skin. And as you can also see before I continue, I have some acne going on right here. It actually has calmed down a lot since when it first came out. So that's fine. We all have skin, and skin just likes to flare up sometimes, and that's okay. It's okay if you get a little bit of it into your brows, but I tend to try and steer as clear as possible. Make sure you blend it right up into the hairline because I have really red skin. So if that line's there, it will show. And this is actually a really good shade match to me, so I don't have to blend it all the way down my neck, but I do like to bring it down past my chin so that it blends in with like the natural color of my neck, just to make it look natural. As you can see, we're not bringing it up too far to the under eyes. We're trying to keep it like a little bit down because the concealer is going to be filling in the rest of that part, so we don't want it to be too much makeup layered on top of each other. And I also don't put any on my eyelids either. Sometimes I do, but I normally use my concealer. Like I just drag it up, as you'll see in a sec. So, and it's okay if you get it on your lips and stuff too. Like, we're gonna get there. Just patience is key when it comes to makeup, right? So from here, we're going to hop into our contour and our blush. We're gonna start with the contour first. We're gonna go in with the Makeup by Mario again. This one is in the shade Dark, and I didn't know this, but it also comes with its own little brush. And I don't know what it is. This thing just blends so nicely. I used to use my blush brush as a contour slash blush, but this is just so much better. And then I don't have residue from either of them mixing in. So I just do a couple there. And normally, like in the summertime, I'll tend to go in a little bit heavier just because like I have a bit more color. But in the wintertime, I'm translucent as a ghost, so we want to make sure that it doesn't come out looking crazy. So this is what we do for that basically. And then I'm going to put the lid on. We're going to take the brush. We're going to start up here. I put it up on my cheekbone because I like my contour to be high. Slash bronzer is the same thing to me realistically, but I'm again just patting it right in, and I have like a little bit of a dent right here. So I like to really fill it in just to create that little chiseled look, as you can see. And then I bring it up past my brow bone, and then I kind of just drag the excess up to my forehead. I don't like drawing lines on my forehead because I find that it can get too much. And this product really goes a long way, as you can see, so. So now we're going to leave the nose contour to sit for a little bit as we go into our blush. So for blush, I do like a mix of things. So I start off with my Rare Beauty in the shade Happy. Favorite color ever. I love this blush. I got it last year. One of my favorite products. Selena Gomez really did something with this, and this little bit goes such a long way. I remember when it came out and it broke the internet, and I wanted to get my hands on it so bad, and at the time I was really into like lighter, like baby pink tones, and this one has like a bit of a coral to it, but I don't mind it. And then with the blush that we mix on top of it, it just adds so much more emphasis. But so now we're just blending this right in. We're gonna bring it up a little bit onto the outer corner of the eye, and you'll see why. I like to cut my concealer up that way, and then this just adds like a little bit of neutrals to my eyelid just so that everything blends nicely. We don't like anything to look too weird. And for this one I do like a patting and a brushing motion, but my brush like strokes are very soft. I don't push too hard. If it helps, I've learned that also if you have a heavy hand, you can hold it back here because then it doesn't allow you to apply too much pressure if you're patting too aggressively or even like brushing too aggressively. But yeah, so we're doing our blush before our concealer, and we're gonna bring it right here. Because once you put the concealer on top of it, it adds more of a ombre effect, and I love that. It looks really airbrushed in my opinion. So for our second blush, we're gonna go in with another cream, and I'm gonna go in with the QUO. I'm not sure how to actually pronounce it. It's their beauty brand. It's the Double Up Blush Duo Cream and Powder. So this one's the top, this is the cream. So we're just gonna dab into that. This one has a lot of pigment, so you wanna be careful and just go in really lightly. Like see, even just that is like a lot. But we're gonna diffuse it out, which is nice. All of these products are very buildable, and that's what I like, because I don't like anything that you can't fix really easy. I'd rather start out thin and build my way up to what I like, as opposed to go in with something that's too heavy and I have to wash it off. So my biggest pet peeve is having to wash off makeup once I already put it on, because the girls that get it. So now we're gonna go in with our concealer. And I'm going in with the NARS Creamy Radiant, I'm pretty sure, concealer. And that's in the shade Light 1 Chantilly. I think it's the lightest shade that they sell because I'm pale as a ghost. But I also like the brightening effect. Like I love like any concealer that gives me a little bit of brightening can take my money. It's just, I love it. And this product, I've been switching through the years between the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and the NARS because they're just my favorites. I've also tried the Kosas. I loved it for a little bit. I like that it has SPF, like their brand is really nice, but I just find that sometimes it can dry up really fast, and I don't like that. So right now we're gonna let this sit on our face. We're gonna go back into that nose contour with the brush again, and see how it kind of has a slant on it. We're gonna take this side up here, and we're gonna blend this out very finely, just following in the same line that I already put on there. It's gonna be a little bit harsh, but don't freak out. You just gotta keep blending. Blending is your best friend. And over here, we like our nose very skinny, so. Okay, so now that's what our nose contour looks like. And while that's been sitting on our face, I like it to be wet, but not too like wet or dry either. So now we're gonna take this Basic Care foundation brush. I think it's by Basic Care, I'm not really sure. I remember I got it from a drugstore. All of my brushes are drugstore brushes except for the Sephora one, because why am I spending so much money on a brush? But yeah, so we're just gonna take one of the flat side and we're just gonna start patting. Again, everything's a pat. We want it to go into the skin and work with it, not against it. You can see I'm going right up against my nose and I'm kind of going on a slant. to get that skinny nose effect and also clean up some of that contour. Now I'm just gonna drag the bit that I put under my eye back in and then up to make that cut, you know? So, and you don't want it to be harsh either, so make sure you're blending underneath it. It's okay if the top part is very cut, but the bottom part has to be blended. No ifs, ands, or buts, sweetheart. And then, since our blush is kind of coming in a little bit, we're gonna go on top of it down here, just with the excess that's on the brush, and just blend that in. Just so that there's not too much. And then we're just gonna do the other side. Does anybody else do this? Like, you don't know what to do with your hands, so you just kind of leave it there? I don't know. Okay. So for nose, we're just gonna go up and around. I don't mind personally if like my acne kind of shows through, because everybody has texture on their skin. It's a normal thing. You can't get rid of it. It doesn't really matter that much. No one's looking that hard. And if they are, who cares? But if they were really red like they were yesterday, I would definitely add like a little bit on there, and you would want to keep it on there until you're basically done your makeup and then blend it in so that it has more coverage. But I don't need to do that because it's not that big of a deal right now. I'm gonna take some excess concealer from my brush and go straight down the bridge of my nose, because there's a bit of a harsh line between the two contour lines, and we don't need that. Okay, so that looks good. This looks very nice and blended to me. We're gonna go in with some powder. So I like to use the Airspun loose setting powder. And I actually took the top off of it, like this part, because I like to actually be able to dip the puff in there. You know, I like to get the product on the applicator. So we just pinch into a U and then go in there. And then we're gonna pat some off on our hand. And then we're gonna go right up the side of the nose and out, and then down, like that. Now we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. I love a dewy base. I hate for my makeup to be dry. I used to have really dry skin when I was younger, so I think that's why I like the glowy look a lot more. I've gone through so many stages in makeup, it's insane. I used to have really bad acne when I was younger, and I had to go on Accutane. My skin got so dry, so that's why I was so like, oh my god, no, like I can't put anything on my skin, like it's gonna be crazy. And then before, my skin was way too oily, so that I didn't want anything, and then makeup just wasn't sitting right, and I was like, I gave up on makeup for a while actually. The only thing I would really do is like my mascara, just so that I had something, but like I could not do like a full face like this because it wouldn't, I just didn't feel confident. But we're way past that now. We had a lot of good learning experiences, and it actually taught me how to like really take care of my skin. And I also learned that less is more when it comes to skincare and makeup and all of that stuff. Like, it's not the end of the world. But anyways, we're gonna go next into brows. I have a love-hate relationship with my eyebrows, I won't lie to you. I'm gonna take my little brush or comb, and I'm gonna comb my eyebrows upwards, up and out actually. So up and out. Just so that I can really see like the line and like the shape of my eyebrows. And then, so we're gonna start on the inner corner and just lightly go in. We're gonna make a line following our eyebrow shape. You don't wanna go outside this line because that's when you start getting boxy, weird eyebrows, and nobody wants that. So we're gonna also do that. The top at the end, I don't like to fill the top of my eyebrow in the middle, like in here, or the middle actually, like my inner corner or the outside, because it just looks weird. It makes them look bad for my eyebrows, but everybody's different. There we that's good. So now we're gonna start working on our eyes because we still have some powder on our face that we want to let sit. I'm gonna be using the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Milk. This went viral on TikTok, and as soon as I actually found out about it, it was still sold out, and it was like months after the fact. And I was absolutely shocked. So we're just gonna put this on our inner corner, like that. And then this finger doesn't have a nail on it, so I'm just gonna blend it out with that, because you don't want it to be, like I said, no harsh lines. No harsh lines. So you just blend it out like that, and then I find it just opens up your eyes a lot, and like with me having blue eyes, I feel like it just makes them pop. I'm going to be using the Maybelline New York Line Stiletto Ultimate Precision Liquid Eyeliner. It's in the color Blackest Black. So I've been using this for so long. We're just gonna go in. This has a nice little point on it. So Madison Beer in her Vogue Beauty Secrets, she mentioned that she likes to make an extension of her last lash, and I find that was a really good tip. So now that you have your eyeliner on, we're gonna go in with lash curler, and we're just gonna get as close to the lash line as possible and crimp. Always do it before your mascara. Your mascara and your eyelash curler are not a good mix. I've seen too many girlies lose their lashes because of it, and it needs to stop. I like to go in with 2 different mascaras in a specific order. So I go in with the MAC Stack. I actually bought this at the New York airport when I had a layover, because I seen everybody trying it, and I was like, I need to as well, what? So this is the brush, and I feel like it's really nice because it has like, it gets them more together and coats them really nicely. It adds like the voluminous aspect to it. Like as you can see, like the difference already. My biggest lash hack is to always blink your mascara on. So now we're gonna go in for our second mascara. We're gonna go in with the Rem Beauty. This one is the lengthening mascara. And I like this because, like it says, it has lengthening effect on it, and I love the brush for it to make your lashes really just pop. So this one I focus more towards the middle to ends of my lashes as opposed to the root. The other one that I use, the MAC, goes in towards the root a lot more so that it has the baseline. But these ones really just, they separate the last lashes to make them look a little bit more wispy, and I just adore it. So now this is what we're looking like. The make that's on our face right now. We're gonna actually go back in with the blush, the Duo one, but we're gonna be using the powder this time. I just kind of wipe off excess on my hand. So this is a really pretty baby pink shade. I love it, and it sits so nicely on the skin. So we're gonna start, I always start at the highest point of my cheekbone. And I pat it on there, and then I just diffuse it out. This might be the time for some light circles. So this is what we're looking like. So now we're gonna start going in with a little bit of highlighter. I used, and I've been using this one, it looks so bad because I've been using it for so long. But it's the Sephora S Clean, and it's the Clean Glowing Multi-Stick. This is in the shade Supernova, which is 02. So we actually are at the bottom, but that doesn't stop us. So we're gonna put our finger in and get some of your finger, and then we just tap it on the highest points of our cheeks. It's giving health, and health is wealth, babe. I take a little bit. Love a cute little button nose. Our last but not least step is going to be lips. So we still have a little bit of the foundation on top of my lips, but that's fine. It actually adds as like a base for your lips, the same way as we did the concealer with the eyes. So I like to mix 2 lip liners, and then I have 1 gloss. So the first lip liner that we're gonna be starting off with is MAC. and this is in the shade Soar. So we're gonna use her. I don't really overlay my lips too much. I just kind of follow the natural curves. I overlaid a little bit at like the bottom right here, and I always fill in my Cupid's bow too. I don't know, it's not as predominant, so I just get rid of it. My biggest key of advice is that if you're doing your lip liner and you want it to look okay, just follow the natural curve of your lip. You don't need to go too crazy. Like if I were to go over on this part here, it would look insane because my lip isn't that big. So now we're going to be going in with the Makeup by Mario. We're going to be going in with the color Travis. And I like this one because it also comes with a brush as well. Mario knew what was up when he was talking to the girls. So we're just going to go in right over top of the liner that we already did. Not outlining even more. We're just going to go right over. We're gonna go in with the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Bit of Honey. I love this color. It looks so good, and it works for all seasons, honestly. This lip combo just works all the time. So this is so sad because you know when you do your makeup and like you're not going anywhere afterwards, you just do it for funsies? Me right now. This is the final look. I'm gonna come in a little bit closer and show you. So yeah, this is my everyday slash glam slash going out, any occasion look. I hope that you guys had lots of fun with me. I know I did. And if you guys have any more requests of videos that you would like to see on this channel, please let me know down below. You can let me know in the comment section. Please like and subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys all had a great Christmas and have a happy and safe New Year's, okay? Have a good one. Bye, honeys.